Okay, so this is the story time that I promised to do about the time that I met Selena when I was 12 years old. So just to give you some context, I live in the Fresno area. So this was in Fresno at Selena Arena in September of 1994 is when this happened. And it was like a whole like Tejano Tex-Mex type of festival concert type thing. So there was a bunch of other bands that were going to be there, and then Selena was the headliner. So me and my mom went. We were already fans of hers, and we already had like, I remember like the cassette tapes and the CDs of hers, like early 90s when she like first started getting like songs on the radio. And then by the time she came in 1994, I think Amor Prohibido had like either just came out or it had been out for just a little while, but it was like all the songs that like everybody knows. So like Amor Prohibido, Bidi Bidi Bom Bom, like basically the whole Amor Prohibido like CD was on the radio. Like they played her like no other. So I was a huge fan. My mom was a huge fan. And so when she found out that she was coming to Fresno, we totally went. Me and my mom actually went to a lot of concerts together, and that's like honestly one of my some of my best memories with my mom is that we went to these concerts together and like had all these, you know, really really fun times during that period of time together. So that's always, I'm never gonna forget stuff like this. But anyways, so long story short, we get there and I'm 12 and I don't look like I speak Spanish, right? Like no one ever thinks I speak Spanish. Like that's always been like kind of a big deal just in general, that like no one thinks that I know Spanish or that my mom's Hispanic or anything like that. And so these ladies were sitting behind us and they were asking my mom like, hey, like why is this kid here? And like, does she even know what's going on? And you know, what is the deal? And my mom's like, oh yeah, like we listened to everything. Like she like explained the whole situation of like why I look the way I look, and which now kind of looking back, I'm kind of like, it's kind of a weird question to ask somebody like, why is your kid here? But okay, whatever. So then they tell my mom that they're from Channel 21, which was Univision at the time in Fresno. So that's like the Spanish Univision station local in Fresno. And so they were kind of like chatting it up, and because it was so many bands, we were waiting and waiting and waiting for Selena to come out. She finally came out like at 11 o'clock at night. And mind you, like me and my mom were like, we're not leaving until we see her. Like, I don't know how late we're gonna be here, but okay, whatever. And so it was Selena Arena. So the way it's set up, it's basically like if you imagine like a hockey game or something. So it's like this big floor and then all the like stadium seats kind of around it. And so everybody was in their seats if they weren't dancing. The floor was obviously open for everybody to dance because it was like a Tejano festival, right? So like you have to dance. So everybody was dancing, and then some people were in their seats. But when Selena came out, everybody rushed the stage. Everybody was dancing. No one was in their seats. So we're dancing. It's me and my mom. I'm 12, so we're dancing together and, you know, watching the show. And of course, she's amazing. And like, if I think about it, I could like remember like how she had her hair and like she was wearing black. And like, it was crazy because like you don't think about it at the time, you know, that you're seeing somebody on stage and they're like in the same room with you. But it was just a fun, like we were just having like the best time. So then the ladies like call my mom over to talk to them, and she's like, okay. And so she's like stay right there. And so she goes and talks to them, and she comes back and she's like, they want to talk to you. And my stupid 12-year-old brain, I'm like no, I don't want to talk to them anymore. Like I'm watching the concert. Like, why would I want to talk to them? She's like, go talk to them now. I'm like, okay, fine. So I go and talk to them, and they're like, do you want to meet her? And I'm so dumb. I'm like, who are you talking about? And they're like, her, Selena. I'm like, sure. Like, whatever. I don't know. Like, shocked, stunned, dumb. I don't know what to say. And so they're like, okay, come with us. And I'm like, I turn to like ask my mom, like, is it okay? She's like, yeah, go. So they take me around to the back of the stage, and there's like steps going up to the stage, right? And so her dad's at the top of the stage, and he's like, oh, I heard you want to meet my daughter. And I'm just like, yeah, you know, I don't know what it's in the moment. And I guess like other people have had this experience too. Like, you don't know what to say. You don't know what to do. You're just like, I can't believe this is happening. And now that I've seen all these videos, she used to bring kids up on stage all the time. In my brain, I don't remember that. Like I guess you could say I wasn't aware of it at the time, that like this is something they did like at every show. And then I think about it now, like they even showed it in the movie where like she brought kids on stage to like dance with her all the time. So now it makes sense, but at the time I was like, this is crazy, like what's happening? So he kind of leads me through the backstage area, and basically where I came out from was the drums. Her sister playing drums was right here, and then the guy playing keyboards was right here. So I come out this way, she's right in front of me, and then the front of the stage is obviously in front of her, right? And so I guess, because nobody told me what to do, I just stood there kind of towards the back. And so she kind of turned around, like, now I'm thinking she was probably like, okay, like, where's the kid? You know, like, come on. And I wouldn't go any further. So she turned around and she was like, hey, thanks for coming to my show, in the microphone so everybody can hear. And nobody can see me, so they don't know who she's talking to. So I'm just like, okay, like, ha ha ha. And then she said, can I have a hug or something like that? So she hugs me, and I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God. And she's like, are you having fun? And I'm like, yeah. And then she goes, okay, well, I better see you dancing out there. And so I was like, okay. And just like ran off back where I came from. So I was like, get me off of here. In reality, what I was probably supposed to do was like go out in the front and like dance with her, and it probably was like a whole bit that they used to do, but see, because nobody told me that, I didn't realize that that's what I was supposed to do. And maybe not, maybe I'm just overthinking it, but whatever. So when I run off the stage, she goes, she just wanted to say bye before she left, and then like went into the next song, like no big deal, you know? So I run off where I came from, down the stairs, come around, see my mom, we're both like, ah, you know, like screaming and stuff. And she was like, I couldn't get a picture of you, I couldn't get a picture of you, you were too far back. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Nobody told me, I don't know what to do. So, but yeah, and in a way, like, my mom got good pictures of Selena, like, obviously, like, on stage or whatever, but just not with me. But I kind of like, I was thinking about it this morning, because today's the 25th anniversary of her passing, and you know, it's kind of nice that there's no like picture or video, and it really is just a memory. And when I tell the story, or when I think about the story, or when I think about this as a memory, because I don't have any like video or pictures of it to show, like it really all does come back to me. Like it's really, really weird that like now everything's so, you know, easily like, oh, I have a video of that, or oh, it's on YouTube, or oh, it's whatever. But like, it's kind of nice to just have it be like really just a memory. And so that was September of 1994, and obviously March of 1995 she passed away, and I took it really hard. I was, you know, even after that, like after meeting her, you know, at the concert, and like having such a good time at the concert, and her being so nice, and her dad being nice, and everybody being nice to me, and not being like, oh, this kid, you know, nobody was like rolling their eyes or like, oh, here we go, you know, this kid doesn't know what, you know, or this kid is just like not talking back to us. We're trying to talk to her, she's not talking back. But they were just so patient and nice and kind to me, and just like, you know, they wanted all of us there to have a great time, and their purpose was to give us a good show, and they did. And so it's just kind of cool that, you know, we were able to see her literally right before she passed. And after she passed, it was like I wanted Selena everything. Like every book, every CD, even if we had the tape, I wanted the CD too. I wanted like any magazine that had her on the cover. And I gotta give my mom credit. She bought me all that stuff that I wanted. And I think she understood like how much of an impact it was. Like we just saw her in concert, and then she's gone, you know. And I don't know, like I said, it's an awesome memory to be able to like relive, you know, when I think about it. And also a testament to her that she was so humble and so kind. She didn't act like she was better than anybody else. I know there's plenty of other people that met her, like probably thousands and thousands of people met her throughout her career, and they all have the same story about her because that's how she was. She was nice, she was kind, she was humble, she was not a diva, she didn't act like she was better than anybody else. She understood that she was an entertainer, but she also wanted to be remembered for caring about people. On TikTok, they had, you know, videos of her, like a bunch of TikTok accounts are like uploading videos of like old interviews with her. And that's something that stuck out to me today when I was watching some of them. And she said, you know, I want to be remembered not really as a performer, but as somebody that cared about people and wanted to make people happy. And she definitely did that. So for all you Selena fans, that is the story. And that's why I don't have any photographs or video of it, because it just didn't happen. And I remember going back to school like the next whatever Monday or whatever it was, and people were like, oh, did you go to Selena concert? Like other people were there that I knew from school, and they were like, yeah. And I said, you know, where she turned around and said that like she wanted to say goodbye before she left and like blah blah blah, and they're like, yeah, who was that? And I was like, it was me. And like some people didn't believe me, but I was like, I know it was me. I know it was me. So I don't have to prove it because I know it was me. But it was just a great day, and like I said, that's all due to my mom being nice to those ladies behind us and those ladies from UniVC on being nice to us. So you know, it's maybe this story brightens your day. I hope so. But yeah, it taught me a big lesson. Obviously, to just be nice and be humble, and that's something that I kind of that really stuck with me. How nice everybody was, and how nice she was, and she took the time out of her show for whatever reason, and that's the kind of person that's the kind of person that she was. That was the kind of performer that she was. And so if you ever get the opportunity to dance with your fave, whoever that might be, take it, you know, and don't be scared. I wish I would have been a little bit more brave and ran out there in the front of the stage and like had my picture with her, but you know what, it happened the way that it was supposed to happen, because I can really relive that memory now, like just purely as a memory. So I said it was going to be short, and it totally wasn't. But I want to know if you've met any famous people, how they were they nice to you, all that stuff. So leave it in the comments or make your own video and let me know. So that's that story time. Have a good day. Bye.